Hello everyone, welcome back to another lecture on the course Python Fundamentals Building Blocks for Aspiring Developers. So we'll continue with the second module, which is data structures, the first part. And in our agenda, we are at day 7, where we will learn about sets. So let's begin. So again, the first question, what are sets? So sets are also a collection of items, but they are unordered. Unlike lists or tuples, they are unordered. Lists and tuples are ordered, which means that we put that they remain in the same position. The elements or items remain in the same position as the one in which we specified or created them. But for sets, it is not true. We can create them in any order, but they can be stored in a very different order. So this is why it does not allow us indexing, because we do not know at which at which position a particular element is. Another difference is that it only allows unique elements. We cannot put two elements of two similar items or elements. We cannot repeat a number twice or three times. It just has to be once. So this is the difference, that it only allows unique elements. And then order of elements is not in our control. When we create a set, Python stores it or creates it according to itself, how it feels convenient to store it. So we have no control over how we want to order the elements. And for the use cases, now you might be wondering why we want to do it like this. So it also has use cases where we want to, let's say, we're not concerned about the order, but we want to just keep unique elements. So this is why we can use sets. We can also remove unique elements we can also remove ununique elements, not unique elements, and only extract the unique ones from a list using sets. And this we will also see in the lecture. So creation is almost similar, but instead we're using curly braces. We can also use the keyword set. Similar is the case for lists and tuples. We can use the keywords, or we can convert a tuple or a list to a set. We can also go the other way around. We can also convert a set to a list or a tuple. So let's have a look at some of the methods. So the first method is the add method, pretty much self-explanatory, that it adds a new element to the set. Again, the position is not in our control. Then remove method removes a specific element from a set. Again, we give the element and it removes it. Now we have the discard method. Discard performs the same function as the remove, but with kind of an advantage that it does not show us any error if the element does not exist. So for example, we gave it a particular item or element which does not exist in our set. The method remove will not do anything. It will stop the code and it will say an error, this does not exist. But for the discard method, if it does not exist, it will not give us any error. It will just continue on with the code. And then we have the clear method, which just removes all the elements or the items from the set. And there are some operations for the sets that we can use. So you can think of these sets like the sets we have learned about in mathematics. So if we are to consider them the same sets, we can perform similar kind of operations on these sets too. So the first operation is the union operation. We can combine two sets and return unique values. So in the example, you can see if we combine set 1 and set 2, if we combine them, then the element which is 3 would repeat because it is in both the sets. But since we are using sets and the union operator, it will only print out or return the one occurrence, only one of the occurrences of the values. And then we have the intersection, similar to how we perform intersection in mathematics with sets. It returns the common elements in two sets. Again, no repetition, just one value for each common element. And then we have the difference, which computes the difference between two sets, like which values are, which are not in both of the sets. And let's start coding. We'll again open the same file that we continued last time around. I'm just gonna delete the previous code. You can create a new file again if you want. So first, let's go ahead and create our set. So let's say my set is equals to, and we want to use the curly braces. So set 2, 4, 7, 2, 8, 4, 9, any set of values. And let's go ahead and print this out first and see how it looks. So if I do it like this, so it says 2, 4, 7, 2, 8, 4, 9. Now because I've written 2 twice and the value 4 twice, it will remove those values. You see, it only keeps unique values, so it will automatically remove those values. And if I do it like this, just remove the values myself. All of these are now unique. Now everything's unique. Now the order is not necessarily the same. I mean, for this, it can be the same, it cannot be same. It really depends on Python on how it stores it. So you should not really think that the order is the same as the one we specified. So now let's go ahead and look at some of the methods. So the first method I want to look at is the add method. So let's say I want to do my set dot add. I want to add a value 1 and then print it. So it says 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. It added it in the first on the very first index, which is 0. Now let's say if I want to add another value 7, so let's see what it does. It does not add the value because it already exists. So you see now how the order is also different. It is here 2, 7, 8, 4, 9. It is 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. So you see it is not returning in the same exact order. So this is why it is an unordered collection. And for the add method, we saw that if we add a value that is not unique, it will not add it. And if we add a value that is unique, it will add it to any of the positions which is not in our control. And the next method that we want to look at is the remove method. So let's say we want to remove a particular element, let's say 4. And if I do it like this, so it says 2, 7, 8, 9, removes the value 4. Again, pretty simple. Now we have, let's say, remove some element that is not in the list, let's say 3, and see how it goes. You see, it gave me an error, key error 3, because the value 3 does not exist. Now if I were to do the same with the method discard, so let's see what it says. It says nothing, there is no error. It just says, okay, there is no value for this. I will not do anything and will keep it as it is. It throws no error. Um, it just gives that. If I do 7, it should now remove this value. And now you see 2489 removes the value again. Order is not the same. So this is the difference between the discard method and the remove method, and we saw it visually of how it works. And then finally we have the method clear. So in the clear method, we do not need to give anything in the parentheses because it is a clear method, it will clear anything. It does not make sense to give anything. So now do this and it says set, and that is all. It is a set. It is empty. There is nothing in here. So now it is cleared. Now what I want to do is I want to look at the operations. So let's say my set 2 is equals to 4, 6, 7, 5, 1. And now what I want to do is I want to do a union. So let's say output set is equal to my set, and this is the operator or the character that we use, this straight line, and say my set 2, and now here let's print the output set, save it, execute the code. So you see 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the, it has joined both of them. It is a union. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 removed the values which were not unique. just gives us a union. Now we can also try with an intersection. It should now give us common values in both of these. So if I run this, it says 9, 4 and 7 are common. You say okay, 9, 4 and 7 are common values, so it works perfectly fine. Now what I want to do is I want to compute the difference. If I do it like this using the minus sign, so it says 8 and 2, 8 and 2, because 7, 4, 9 are present in this one. 7, 4, 9. It calculates the difference similar to maths. Subtract this one from this one, not the other way around. But if I do the other way around, the output should look like this, because it is subtracting these values from this one. So now this is the here main one, like this set is subtracted from this one, similar to maths. It's not like both of them, like uncommon values in both of them. It is the other way around. So these are some of the methods and operation for sets. Now I said that I will show you how we use sets and how they are useful. So let's say let me convert it into a list. So let's say list 1, and I do not want to do it. I will just comment it. Again, what we learned in the one of the first lectures, that if we comment something, this code will not be executed. It will be just kind of skipped. So let's say I want to do this, and again put 2, then 4, and then 9. Change the brackets to make it list. Now it is a list. Let's first quickly uh, look at the list, the output it gives. So I mean, it's fine. Everything is as it should be, proper list. Now let's say I want to remove the elements which are repeating. So one way is that I could check each of the index. Like I would say, okay, it has a length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has a length of 8. I say, okay, go over the index 1, then see if the same value is at any index using some of the methods that we learned about lists. But another smart way to do it is that I would say list new is equals to set, and I will create a set of list 1. So what it will do is that, let me just print it here. Oops. Print list new. So what it will do is that it will convert this list into a set. And when we convert to a set, it does not keep in any duplicate values. So it will automatically remove those duplicate values. So if I do it like this, so it says, okay, this is now your set. The duplicate values have been removed from the list. So now the problem is that now I have a set, but I wanted to keep it as a list. So what I will do, I will again convert it back to a list. So let's say, actually this should be a set. Variable name should be descriptive. So I would say list new is equals to list, and here I would say set new. So now this set is again converted to a list. So this is like this. So now it is again a list. If I were to print this set new and show you how it works, is that first it is a list, it converts it into a set, removes all the redundant values, all the duplicate values, and then again we convert this set into a list. So now we have a list that does not have any duplicate values. Now we can also make this line shorter. So we can also do it like this. We say list, put it into a bracket, and do it like this. And let's say list new. Let's just comment it out because there is nothing here. So what it does is that first it converts this list into a set, and that is over here, and now this set is again converted to a list. So in single line I can get rid of the duplicate values. If I go ahead and see this, so now we have this one again similar to that one. It is doing the same exact things as these two lines, but I just shortened it here. So these are just some tricks to make your code look much better. So that was all in this lecture. Hopefully you would have learned the use of sets and how they are different from other data structures. And again, I would suggest that you keep on practicing so you become better at it. And that would be all from this lecture. Meet you in the next lecture. Up till then, goodbye.